Welcome to The Know, I'm Ashley Jenkins. We've been told we're going to have to wait quite some time before we'll get to play Bethesda's follow-up to Skyrim, Elder Scrolls 6, or Skyrim 2 if you want to make people mad. But it looks like we're going to have to wait even longer than we thought, unfortunately. Bethesda VP of Marketing Pete Hines confirmed on Twitter this week that the game isn't under any kind of development at all. Not pre-alpha, not pre-production, nothing. Hines said he made this buzzkill of a statement because he wanted to be sure that fans weren't developing unrealistic expectations about when they might be playing Elder Scrolls 6. Previously, Todd Howard said at E3 this year that the next game was still a very long way off, but that Bethesda is indeed making it. At the time, that sounded like a confirmation that Elder Scrolls 6 was in some sort of active development, so it was at least a little bit hopeful that we'd see it sometime in the next 2 to 3 years. Leave it up to reality, once again, to totally fusroda our expectations straight to oblivion. I'm funny. Sorry. I'm just really mad that I'm making all the references that I can. We have to say goodbye to our chances of playing Elder Scrolls 6 for the time being, but that's not the only goodbye in store for us because Turtle Rock has officially stopped development on their asymmetrical co-op shooter Evolve. The company made a final blog post about the game this week, writing, "We were hungry for more, but unfortunately today is the last day that Turtle Rock Studios can work on Evolve." It's certainly a sad day for those who enjoyed playing the game, all one of you. And for the studio, Evolve showed a great deal of promise before getting sidelined by a really confusing release strategy, plus some disconcerting microtransaction and season pass options. The game made a brief surge in players recently when it went free to play, but it seems it ultimately wasn't enough to pull the game from the brink. Good luck next time, Turtle Rock. We look forward to seeing what you do in your next endeavor because there was a lot of potential there. Just try going with like one version of the game when it comes out. With a slew of fall games landing on us over the next month or so, January 2017 might seem like a ways off. Fortunately, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard is using that time to finish up the game before its January release. Capcom showed the game off to its ambassadors at a special event this week, treating them to some new details about the next entry in their survival horror series. One ambassador tweeted some updates from the meeting, which revealed that Resident Evil 7 runs beautifully in 4K on PlayStation 4 Pro, and that fans of Resident Evil 4, traditional Resident Evil fans, and even Chronicles fans will find things to love about the style and direction of the next game. Sounds a little bit too good to be true. I mean, which I guess they are influencers and they're super passionate about the game, so they're gonna have the rose-tinted glasses, but hey, we can also keep hope alive. The game is reportedly 90% of the way through development, so fingers crossed for no delays before January 24th. After 10 years of waiting, we're almost exactly 1 month away from the release of Final Fantasy XV, but the series' faithful fans know that's not the only Final Fantasy game due out this fall. World of Final Fantasy, the Pokemon Final Fantasy kind of mashup that sounds really awesome, released this week, and reviewers are finally writing up their impressions. So far, the game is holding at a respectable 78 on Metacritic. The general consensus seems to be that it's a really well done trip down memory lane thanks to the myriad of characters and classic battle mechanics. However, it also serves as a fun Pokemon clone to tide you over until Sun and Moon, mixing the two playstyles in a way that you should love if you're a fan of either series. Plus, come on, those chibi characters are just so damn cute! How could you not play it? It's like acting out all of your Final Fantasy dreams with pop figures, except not, because they're virtual. Moving over to movie news, we learned yesterday that we're going to have to wait even longer than we thought for Pixar's Toy Story 4, but The Incredibles 2 will be coming a year earlier than expected, so yay? The Hollywood Reporter reports that the sequel to the family superhero flick from Pixar will now be arriving in June 2018 instead of June 2019, which is welcome news to those of us that have been waiting 12 long years for that franchise to continue. Meanwhile, Toy Story 4, the sequel that no one's been asking for, has slipped to The Incredibles 2's original date in June 2019. According to The Hollywood Reporter, the timeline for The Incredibles 2 changed because Disney has mysteriously accelerated its timeline, although the best guess would be that it has something to do with trying to avoid overlapping too many other superhero movies with Marvel. Gotta work hard to avoid that superhero fatigue by putting out 3 or 4 movies a year. That'll do it. If you're a lawmaker who knows shit all about technology and how the internet works, there's a new service just for you. This was our core demographic now. This week, internet activists Fight for the Future started a hotline that exists just to inform policymakers and government employees about what the hell they're talking about and voting on. I can't tell if that's funny or sad. Probably a little bit of both. You have to laugh to keep from crying. Or, a lot of both in that case. Anyway, the promotional site for the new hotline asks Congress to help us help you and offers them information for if they're asked to do interviews about, say, last week's DDoS cyber attacks. Their main punching bag in the campaign is Congresswoman Marsha Blackburn of the House Subcommittee on Communications and Technology, who gave a disturbing interview on CNN where she talked about cyberbots coming to get us. I think she's been watching Doctor Who, and I'm gonna be honest with you, the Cybermen are cool, but they're not real. Don't be like Marsha, lawmakers. Call for help next time. It's way less embarrassing. Consumer complaints about VR are that it's too expensive, not accessible, hard to set up, and doesn't have a great library of games yet, but now they can add eye herpes to the list. YouTuber Drifter has posted an alleged conversation that was sent to him where a number of developers talk about a growing concern between game studios that people are transmitting ocular herpes through shows and conferences where they demo virtual reality. In other news, ocular herpes is a thing. One of the developers acts rather reasonably to this information, asking, in all caps, "What the fuck are you talking about? Fucking herpes? Like eye blisters? Bro, I got a lot of events and this is serious shit!" That really sums up our reaction too, honestly. We always wanted VR to go viral, but not like this. Get ready to say goodbye to yet another casualty in a long list of one-hit wonder social media ventures. Twitter announced this morning they'll be discontinuing Vine over the next few months. The app was purchased by Twitter back in 2012, but over the last couple of years, its popularity has waned, resulting in the shutdown. This comes after some other recent profitability troubles for Twitter. After failing to sell to Disney, they've also announced that they'll be laying off about 9% of their workforce, or 350 employees. While there are no plans to remove any videos that have been uploaded to Vine so far, probably wouldn't hurt to get all those downloaded while you can. Oh, who am I kidding? We all only watch Vine and compilations on YouTube anyway, which is probably part of the problem. Finally, we wanted to close out today's roundup with a more somber announcement. Infamous video game adapter Uwe Boll has announced that he will be, tragically, retiring from making shitty video game movies in the future. Boll brought us awful adaptations like The House of the Dead, Blood Rain, Far Cry, and Alone in the Dark. He says, the market is dead, and he can no longer afford to make terrible movies that don't make any money. Boll, you won't be missed. And that does it for our roundup. Let us know what you think of all this news down in the comments. And for more news from every corner of the internet, like this video and subscribe to The Know. Maybe Uwe Boll can just turn his career into punching critics. Remember that time he got in a fight with, was it Scott Weinberg? He got in a fight with a movie critic who said his movies were shit. Dude, Uwe, you gotta fight the world if that's the case. Sorry.